Hey guys, Larry here, and I am hoping that you are having a great day. I made her home this last night, and just up and enjoying the day here, and thought I'd show you guys around just a little bit. I'm going to actually fire up the snowmobiles. It's a beautiful day. I got a crowd following me here, if you guys can see. These are all the cats that live around here, and they just follow me around. There's some houses up there. They used to own all that, but they sold all that off when we stopped farming. And all the fields out here, you can see all this acreage around here they own. What's up, booty cat? The black and white one there is actually the mom. We got these, we wanted some cats around here to live around here, control like mice and stuff. And we got her and that multicolored one. And she came pregnant and had the two little black ones. Now they're full grown. And she gets attitude and like yells at the other ones, but it is what it is. Just to show you the temperature. It is about I'd say about 3 degrees. I think I better go feed these cats so they stop following me around. I got things to do. You can see her truck is. And you can see all the ruts I was saying in the last video or so ago about how I pulled in the driveway and almost got stuck. She sunk in pretty good. And she is a dirty girl right there, boy. Just covered with salt and road slime. You can see these ruts back in here, how deep they were getting. But this is my truck that I own. And it runs, everything works on it. Needs a little bit of work. We used to call it Big Orange for Halloween when I was running that truck. We were gonna take some black duct tape and make like a big pumpkin face on the side of it. They're already all waiting. Move out the way. There you go. There you go. Now you guys are fed. Now they'll leave me alone for a little bit. What I'm doing here today is I need to pull the sleds out. I'm going to pull 2 of my sleds in my shop. And I got some work I got to get done on them. And then I'm going to run to town. I got to take care of a couple things. And then I'm going to come back and finish work on these sleds here tonight. This here is my big girl. She is my big girl. This is, alright, this here is my big girl. She's not fat. Don't tell her she's fat. She's just big boned. This is a 2010 Yamaha Nytro. It has a 4-stroke engine in it, 1049 cc's. It is 162-inch long track on it, and the paddles are 2 3/4 inch. They're big paddles. It's a long snowmobile. It's been custom built by LCC out of Wyoming, and it also has one little thing. This motor puts out around 135 horse, but then they added this. I don't know if we try to get this, whoops. And that is not an exhaust sticking out there. That is the intake for an MPI turbo that is on the back of there, which bumps this thing up to about 180 horsepower. So she's my girl. She's not a fat girl. A lot of people say, oh, them niggas too heavy. She's just big boned. So that's what I tell you. So we're gonna fire this thing up. I haven't fired this thing up in a while. There she is. I believe this is a 95, not really 100% sure. It's a 95 Skidoo Formula STX with a 583 Rotax engine in it. Me and this snowmobile have a lot of history. I actually bought this off of my brother. Really didn't need it. I have a couple more. But this snowmobile, my daughter actually hit me with it. Doing about 70 miles an hour. And this arm that's on this side for the steering arm, I actually bent it with my leg. I shattered my leg in 7 spots. I was laid up for about 8 months. It was a bad accident, and my brother said that he was going to be selling it. He bought some newer snowmobiles and he's going to get rid of it, and I said, well, I can't let that go. I got to have it, so I bought it. This one, I have not driven this one in 2 years. So we're going to see what happens here. I do have a battery tender on here, so the battery should be good. I'm going to leave that plugged in. I've actually done some work to this thing and got it to drive pretty good. Alright, got the key. Like I said, this thing has not been started in a long time. I actually do think I did start it up last year, but I didn't drive it or anything. I think I just started up, went through it, greased everything, made sure everything was good in case somebody wanted to use it. But it hasn't been driven in a while. Okay. Ooh, I can smell that old gas. That old gas is nasty in there. So, all we can do is try, right? Here we go. Well, if I can get the key to turn. There we go. Not too bad. Fired right away. It's going to take a little bit to get oh! That was funny. That's called two-stroke. That hasn't ran in a long time. I'm probably gonna, oh man. I'm gonna unplug this battery tender because as soon as I get it fired, I'm gonna take it out and try to crack this thing open and get it going. Here she fires up, we're gonna just take off. Get her outside and rev her up a little bit. Get this thing going. I'd say she needs to get going through. We'll get her running. She'll be fine. I think what we'll do is we'll pick up some new spark plugs, get that gas out of there, and put some fresh gas in it, and I think she'll fire up and run. To tell you the truth, what might be going on is it may not have enough back pressure. I've had this happen before. Mice around here. That's why we got those cats. The mice, they love snowmobiles in the summertime. And I don't know what it is, but they love the exhaust systems. And they crawl up in there and they make nests inside those exhausts. So that exhaust might be all full of like mice nesting and stuff, you know. I've had that happen before. On my last, I used to have a Yamaha XTX. That's an MTX. But on my XTX, when I pulled it out in the fall, it had a rear exhaust pipe that came out of it, where that intake is on that one. And when I pulled it out and fired it up, seeds and all kinds of crap just flew out of it. But we'll get her going. I'm not sure we're going to take this one or not. I have another one that's up north at my brother's cabin. We may stop and grab that one too. Hey guys, well, first step in this snowmobile, so we got to get this all gas out here. I'm telling you, this stuff is pretty putrid. It's got a stench to it. It's bad. So we're gonna get this out of here, And just use a fluid exchanger here I got. It's basically just a pump. It's pretty simple, you just stick it down in there. I think you guys can figure out how a pump works, but well, that's draining. I could pull the other spark plug. I got the one out, I went and got some new ones. These don't look too bad, but I'm going to pull them anyways. Not too bad, but let's put some new ones in it. They're not expensive. Two-stroke snowmobiles go through a lot of spark plugs. You should always carry an extra set with you, a new set. In case you follow, and especially these older ones like this. The newer injected type, they're pretty good. Usually if you get a season out of them, they're pretty good. But these guys here, these older sleds, sometimes you change them like every other ride, it seems like. You don't want to torque them down too. I just get them so they're just tight. You don't want to crank on them. They have like a compression ring on the bottom of them that seats them in there. You don't want them cranked in there tight because you're on the trail and you got to change your spark plugs. You get one that's locked in there. It's a bear to get it out, and if you strip one of those, then you strip the head, and then you got to torque it. So you got to be careful on that. What else are we doing here? Tell you the truth, I think that's going to be about it to get this one running. I am going to change the belt because I know the belt is shot in this. Use this snowmobile was my daughter's fiance, and when he came out, we stopped someplace, and when he came out, we were there for a while, and everything's, when you stop one of these snowmobiles, the track is like warm, and the skis are warm from friction, and when you stop and you park, then you come back out an hour later or whatever, everything cools down, it kind of melts the snow a bit, it'll actually freeze it down. So what you got to do is when you come out, you want to grab the ski tips before you take off. You can start snowmobile up, let it start warming up, but don't give it gas. And you grab a ski tip and you kind of wiggle it around to break it loose. You grab the rear end and kind of shake it around, maybe lift it a little bit and slam it down on the ground. That gets everything unstuck. Then you can go. We came out, and he didn't know this, and I came out, and I was messing around with my snowmobile, and he was over here getting his going, and all of a sudden I heard him over there just blah, smoke pouring out, and the thing was froze to the ground, and he was just burning that clutch, and that belt was just grinding away. You know, he didn't know. I ran over, and I'm like, stop! I started to actually think about it, and in my toolbox, I thought I had one. And this is a Skidoo belt changer tool. I don't know what you call it. I don't know a technical term for it. But basically, this is your primary clutch. Comes out the motor. This is your secondary clutch. And here, let me zoom in on this here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is your secondary. This is your primary. And on your secondary, there's 3 holes, and there's actually 4. There's 3 bolts that are in here that have nuts on there that hold it on, and then there's one in here that's threaded. And it's basically just a hole that's threaded. And you want to be careful with this and not strip these out, because once they strip out, they're a pain in the butt. And all you do is just thread this in, and then you just start turning on it. And what it's going to do is it's going to make these 2 separate, and it's going to make this belt sit down inside. Kind of a little hard because I'm holding the camera so you guys can see this decent. You want to make sure not to over tighten it because you don't want to strip this out, because it's aluminum, and once you strip it, then you're done. Pretty good there. And once you get it down there like that, it's pretty close. Here, let me put this down. And you just work it off. And there you go. And you can see this belt, it's all worn right in here. It's got like a lip on here. So I know this belt is junk. You can feel it's real rough over in this area. It's right here, you can feel there's like a chunk like lowered out. That's probably where we're sitting on the clutch, and when he was spinning it, it was just digging into this. So we'll put a new clutch on, or new belt. I need to actually turn this motor over. Okay. The belts, they always have arrows on them, and they show which direction it should travel. And the motor turns over like this, so the belt's going to turn like that, so we want to put it on this way. Put the new one on. You just slip it over like so. Basically just a reverse of what you just did, and work it around the secondary. And this one's going to be a little bit tighter because it's a brand new belt. And there it is. Then you got this tool down in here. And see, it's threaded in. Now you just back this off and pull this back out. And it's actually going to come out real easy because the belt is down inside there, so the belt's actually going to hold this apart like it's sitting now. And we're going to have to fix that. But you just thread this out. And there you go. That is a Skidoo belt changer. You just work the belt around there, and the belt will come up, and it'll be just below the top edge of this secondary pulley. That's about where it should be. So now we got a new belt. All right. That's right down there to the bottom now. I got about 95% of the old gas out of there. My gas can is completely full, so it's only like a 6-gallon tank or something like that. It wasn't all the way full, so it's pretty good. So we'll put in some new gas. This little thing right here, I'm going to show you. I bought this for my parents. I figured I'd just bring it down here and show it to you. It's actually an electric gas can. It's really cool. Trying to get it. There we go. I'm trying to see. It actually has some AA batteries in it. You can see right there. They last a long time. I've had this for about a year. But you take this off, it's got a little clip on there. You can see it. You can squeeze it. And you just put it in your tank. And then all you do is press the green button. Pumps the gas right out of the container, puts it into the snowmobile there. I bought this for my parents because they're a little bit older. And this way they don't have to lift the gas can. This thing also has a wire that runs up through here and runs into the end here. And if the tank gets full and hits that wire, it automatically shuts it off. It's pretty cool. It was a little expensive. It was like 75 bucks, something like that. But my mother absolutely loves it. She just pulls up to it. We have a station, a little spot up there where we have a couple of these jugs here. She pulls up with the lawnmower and just pulls up, puts it in there, and hits the button. It'll pump this full 5-gallon tank in about a minute and a half. See, it's already empty. You can hear it changing there. You just hit the red button and she stops working. And there you go. You can actually see up inside there. I don't know if you can see that inside there. You can see that wire that's up inside there. If you look inside the hose, you can see the wire lead there too. And then you just clip this on the side of here, hooks onto there, and then any fuel that's left in there drips, it drips back into the can. So, I mean, you can see there's no droplets, there's no spill, there's no nothing. So, pretty cool. Put some of this in there. I use this quite a bit on the machines like this that I store. It's called Seafoam. You pick this up at any automotive place. But, I can't get the top. Got a child resistant top, and I'm child resistant, I guess. There we go. And you dump this in, and what it does is it treats like old gas, and it also will go through like the carburetors and everything else. It helps to clean things up. You're supposed to like mix it for so many gallons. It's safe to use in all gasoline engines. Diesel fuel fuel works in there too, I guess. I never used it in a truck or diesel. I don't know. I can't read. I can't read that small print without some reading glasses on. It just cleans everything up. But you're not supposed to dump a ton in there. But this thing's been sitting for a while, and you saw when I fired up, shit, a smoker. So we're gonna run a bunch in there. It won't hurt anything. What I'm replacing is it's a primer. You can see it has two small little eyelets right here. You put a hose in here that goes to the gas tank, and then this hose here goes into the side of the carburetor. It's like right in where the airflow, where it's air is ejected in the carburetor. And what you do is you pull this out, and it sucks fuel up into here. And then when you push it back down, it pushes fuel out, and it gives a little squirt into the carburetor. It's a primer. And on these Skidoos, usually what you do is you pump them until you feel the fuel, and then you go 1, 2, and then you usually leave it out. And then when you start it up, if it starts running rough, you just push it in, it gives a little shot of fuel to keep it going. Every snowmobile is different. Kind of get little techniques on them, but this one here has got a mind of its own. There, I felt it, so I'm going to give it 1, 2, and I'm going to leave it out. Now I can tell you, this snowmobile, you got to prime it a few times. A lot better than what it was. It's getting time. Open up the door and the window and get some air out of here. So she's ready to go. I just got to grease it, clean it up a little bit, and I got to check the chain case oil yet, make sure that's good. And then when I get home or this week or something, I'll stop at a snowmobile shop and get one of those primers. They're cheap, a couple bucks. Greased under the track. The bogey wheels seem to be spinning fine. I reached underneath there and checked them. They seem to be good. So this one's pretty much ready to go. The other one I didn't get a chance to get to. I had something come up last night, but I'll get to it this when I get home or during the week. I'll stop in for a day and I'll get her taken care of. So there it is. I don't know, John or me or somebody will be riding this one probably in 2 weeks. If John doesn't back out on me. We'll see. There's a funny story about this windshield being broke, but maybe next time when I finish it, I'll tell you about it. But she's pretty much ready to go, so we're going to pack this up, and I'm going to actually go to bed. It's morning time here, and I need to get some sleep before I take off for trucking tonight. So if we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to maybe subscribe, hit the like button, comment. I try to answer back to everybody, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya.